Why is the room price different every night of the same stay? You book a hotel for 3 nights. Same room, same bed, same building, same city. Yet when you look at the breakdown, something feels wrong. Monday, $140. Tuesday, $165. Wednesday, $210. Nothing about the room changes, but the price does. That discomfort you feel isn't about money. It's about consistency. Because we assume that if the product stays the same, the price should stay the same. Hotels do not operate on that assumption. They operate on probability. People believe hotels sell rooms. They don't. Hotels sell time-bound access to space under uncertainty. That difference changes everything. A room isn't the inventory. A night is. And a night cannot be stored. If a room goes unsold on Tuesday night, that opportunity vanishes at midnight. Unlike retail goods, unsold nights cannot be discounted tomorrow. They expire. This makes hotel inventory one of the most perishable products in the modern economy. Perishability creates urgency. Urgency creates volatility. Volatility requires pricing precision. Rooms are static. Demand is not. When you book 3 consecutive nights, you see one stay. Internally, the system sees 3 separate demand environments. Night 1 may compete with corporate travel arrivals, airline crew contracts, midweek business traffic. Night 2 may overlap with conferences, seasonal tourism shifts, competitor promotions. Night 3 may coincide with weekend leisure demand, weddings, sporting events, weather-driven spikes. The room does not change. The demand curve does. Each night receives its own forecast. Each forecast receives its own price. The metric that actually matters. Hotels do not optimize for occupancy. They optimize for revenue per available room. Even if some rooms stay vacant but other rooms are at higher price end, the hotel will still be profitable. Thus, hotels are not trying to fill rooms. They are trying to maximize revenue efficiency. An empty room is not failure if filled rooms are priced correctly. Why Monday is cheaper than Wednesday? Let's say the hotel predicts Monday occupancy forecast, 58%. If Monday remains at $200, occupancy may fall to 45%. So the system lowers Monday to $140 to stimulate demand. Wednesday is different. If Wednesday is already trending toward 85%, lowering price could push occupancy to 92%. But average daily rate drops. Revenue per available room might actually decline. So the system raises Wednesday to $210. The room did not improve. The forecast did. Modern revenue systems track something called booking pace. Booking pace measures how fast rooms are being reserved. Example, 30 days before this date last year, 42 rooms were booked. This year, 67 rooms are already booked. That deviation signals stronger than expected demand. The algorithm reacts by adjusting pricing upward, not emotionally, statistically. If bookings slow below expected pace, rates adjust downward. Pricing volatility reflects forecast deviation. Large hotels and chains now use AI-driven revenue management systems. These systems ingest 3 to 7 years of historical data, competitor price feeds, airline capacity, event ticket sales. Machine learning models calculate price elasticity, probability of conversion, cancellation risk. If a Taylor Swift concert is announced in the city, search traffic surges. Even before bookings finalize, demand probability increases. Prices adjust within minutes, not because the room changed, because expected competition did. Booking.com and Channel Economics. Most hotels do not sell exclusively through their own website. Online travel agencies like Booking.com often charge 15 to 25% commission. This affects rate strategy. When you see price differences between platforms, you are witnessing margin engineering. Now let us talk about cancellation modeling. Flexible bookings increase uncertainty. If data shows 18% cancellation for flexible versus 4% for non-refundable, the system prices accordingly. Flexible rates must absorb volatility. Lower risk allows lower pricing. Everything returns to certainty. And let us not forget about overbooking logic. Hotels intentionally overbook, not recklessly. Statistically, if no-show rate averages 6%, the hotel may sell 106 rooms for a 100-room property. AI calculates arrival probability. If everyone arrives, someone may be walked. This is rare, but it exposes the truth. Hotels operate on probability, not guarantees. Length of stay strategy is another critical factor. Longer stays seem desirable, but they restrict flexibility. Imagine a Friday night expected to sell at $300. If a guest books Thursday through Sunday at $200, Friday is blocked at a lower rate. Revenue systems protect high-yield nights. Sometimes they impose minimum stays. They reduce optionality. Optionality has value. Elasticity is another hidden variable. Elasticity measures how sensitive demand is to price change. If lowering price by 10% increases demand by 15%, elasticity is high. AI continuously recalibrates these curves. Weather, events, and microspikes. Modern pricing systems integrate external signals. Weather predictions, search trends. If sunny weather aligns with a beach weekend, price probability bands widen. The room remains constant. The environment does not. Regardless of what has been said, you still might be questioning, but why price changes while you watch? You check a room. It's $180. 10 minutes later, $196. You assume targeting. In reality, pricing engines update frequently. If booking velocity increases, rates adjust. You are part of aggregate behavior, not an individual trigger. Humans interpret volatility as intention. Algorithms interpret it as signal. The illusion of fairness. From your perspective, same room, same service, same stay. From the system's perspective, 3 independent probability events. Static fairness is a consumer expectation. Statistical efficiency is a revenue requirement. Dynamic pricing once belonged to airlines. Now it belongs to hotels, ride-sharing, retail, even electricity grids. Pricing is no longer static. It is probabilistic. And somewhere along the way, the product changed. The room is no longer the product. Time is. Risk is. Forecast certainty is. Behavior is measured. Timing is modeled. Patterns are priced. Your room did not become more valuable overnight. The forecast did. In a system built on perishability and prediction, certainty is the most expensive asset of all. If this changed how you look at something as ordinary as a hotel booking, that's the point. Most systems don't hide their logic. They just don't explain it. And once you see how pricing, timing, and probability shape something as simple as a room, you begin to notice the same patterns everywhere. Airlines, supermarkets, banks, workplaces. The surface looks stable. The incentives underneath are moving. On this channel, we don't chase outrage. We decode structure. Because when you understand the system, you stop taking its outcomes personally. If you want to keep seeing through the systems around you, calmly, clearly, and without noise, subscribe. There's a pattern to modern life. And once you recognize it, you can't unsee it.